Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another video. Guys, I promise, the job search gets much better after you gain just a little bit of experience. I'm gonna explain why here in a second. Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another video. Now, if you're most likely watching this video right now, it is probably because you yourself are looking for another job in clinical research, or you are coming out of college and looking to get into the clinical research industry, or you are working in another field and just looking to get into clinical research industry. And you are having a hard time getting into the clinical research industry. You have heard about the demand for clinical researchers. That's true, it's there. You've heard of maybe even about the high demand for clinical research associate positions, because that's where you want to go on your career path. But you're like, if there is such a high demand, why is it so hard to get into the clinical research industry? And you see all the time them posting positions, you're applying for position after position, but it's still hard to get into the clinical research industry. Well, I promise you, it gets much easier. But if you're in that boat, having a hard time getting into the industry, there could be a slew of reasons. Your resume might suck. And if you are in that boat, if you are wondering if your resume sucks, go look at our past video on top reasons why your resume sucks. We've also outlined on the channel some of the common things that you can do to help improve your resume. But if you would like even more help with that, we've got a resume review program that I strongly recommend. We comb through your resume line by line, and we dissect it word by word and improve your resume. We use a series of things that we do. We translate and tailor your resume for the job that you're applying for. We hand curate the best experience from your resume. It's all tailored. We hand curate the best experience from your resume and translate that into clinical research experience and terminology. Really the terminology, not the experience. We don't lie or make up stuff. We translate the terminology, we add terms on there, and we basically point you in the right direction and give you a lot of tips to get into the industry that the average person will not share with you. So if you're interested in that, email us eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. But there are a series of other reasons why getting into the clinical research is difficult. But just to let you know, it gets much better after you get a little bit of experience, a lot better. When I first was trying to get into the clinical research industry, it took me a few months, over 200 job applications. So if you're trying to get in, at least 200 job applications. I kind of call that the 200 club. So you got to be in the 200 club, and you'll get a number of interviews after applying to 200 jobs. I had maybe 3 or 4 that I actually went on. I turned 2 down because I was offered the position I wanted. So that's about 6 interviews, and the last 2 were really good positions, both at top CROs in the industry for really good positions, but turned those down because I got the position I really wanted. So, and that was my project management position. But when I first got my start in clinical research, I was a contractor. I got in as a contractor, not making any money at all. It was a 3-month contract, not even a 6-month contract. So I took a big risk, a big leap of faith, and I was living out of the state at the time. So I actually, put on my resume that I lived in the state, and luckily I went to college there, so I knew some people there that I could use their address to apply. And, so I moved down there for the contract, not making any money, but I had to believe in myself that if I got this experience, I'd be able to flip that into some more experience, and it worked. So what's going to happen is, as soon as you get your position in clinical research, whether it's a contract, an internship, or whatever, day one, you immediately update your resume with your new job description, and you start applying for jobs again. The race doesn't stop. I literally started that week applying for jobs, because even if you're on a contract that's 3 months, 6 months, they don't have to renew it at the end. In fact, sometimes they don't, just because they no longer need your help on that project or for whatever reason. So you're on your own if you're on a contract or internship. So you got to always be on the offense there. So that's what happened. But you get a lot of experience. When you get that experience, it completely changes. Like I could tell the tenor of the conversations completely changed. Recruiters were reaching out to me even after 1, 2, 3 months of experience in the clinical research industry. They were reaching out to me for jobs. They're not necessarily the jobs I always wanted, but they were giving out. They had more jobs for me, and I typically got recruiter callbacks whenever I sent in an application. So it completely changes once you get some experience on your resume. Completely changes, and that opens up the world to you like never before. Because when you don't have experience, they're not exactly that interested in what you have to offer. There are only a handful of no experience positions out there that you can get, and they're hard to come by. But once you get experience, that really opens up the world to you. So keep hope alive, guys. Continue to watch the videos on this channel. We offer a lot of tips and tricks to getting into the industry. That's kind of what our channel is focused around. We also delve into clinical research topics a lot, things to help you out once you get into the clinical research field and navigating through all the bureaucracy and corporate America and just the clinical research stuff, because there's a lot of nuance there. It's not like any other industry in a lot of ways. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button if you like this video. We'll release a video every day. We might change the schedule fairly soon, every other day. But I got a lot of content to provide, so we can go every day, at least for a long, long time. So don't worry about that. There'll always be new content there. Follow on the podcast also. We've got a podcast called the Clinical Research Podcast. You can, if you have Anchor, or we're on iTunes and as well, all the major platforms I believe we're on. Just call the Clinical Research Podcast. You can look us up there. So definitely leave us a review there. And you can listen like that if you prefer to listen like that also. So yeah, like I said, subscribe, smash that like button, keep hope alive, guys. If you've got any questions, comment down below or email us at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Take care.